You're listening to the 2BizChicks podcast. Each week, the hosts Linda Rawson and Jennifer Remund entertain you with real-life stories that are guaranteed to empower, enrich, and enlighten. The 2BizChicks are the CEO and Vice President of a successful business, Dinah Grace Enterprises. Now, let's get to the show with 2BizChicks Linda and Jennifer.
Hi, I'm Linda Rawson.
And I'm Jennifer Remund.
And we are 2BizChicks. We'd like to welcome you to our podcast and talk a little bit about business. We'd like to provide you with some tips and tricks that we've learned being in business for 14 years. We're relaunching our podcast. It's been a pretty exciting time. We have been figuring out how to edit, how to do sound, and in some future videos, we'll show you some of the hardware that we use to do all of that.
We are a mother-daughter team, and we're going to go through, in our podcast, go through our struggles of being professional and personal in our relationship together. We both work very well together, but we have had some ups and downs that we, of course, have experience and knowledge that we would like to share with you.
I didn't intend to be an entrepreneur. It just sort of happened. One day, a blast from my past came to me, and I was sitting in a cube at Hill Air Force Base and said, "We have some work for you, but it's going to require you to quit your W-2 job and start your own business." Well, that was kind of a shock at the time. I had 3 kids. I was divorced. And I had to wonder how they were going to eat, if something went wrong, if I failed. So I had the weekend to think about it, and I thought a lot about it, and I thought, what was the worst thing that could happen? My kids might have hard times. They might have to sleep on somebody's couch. We might have to eat macaroni and cheese for days on end. But I had skills, and I knew that if something failed, I could always go back to work, and they would be okay. Well, here we are, like 14 years later, and it worked out just fine. Then I began to research how I could get government contract because I knew a woman in my industry had done the same thing. And she got the 8A certification from the Small Business Administration. It's a minority certification. And I thought, why not? I could do it too. So during that process of applying for the 8A and getting certified, I realized we had to be a multi-member LLC. So I brought Jennifer on. She was young. She was 19 years old? Really young. And we became a family-owned, woman-owned small business in 2006. The name of our company was Sensory Technology Consultants. We eventually changed the name to Dinah Grace Enterprises, and here we are today.
I'm the Vice President of Dinah Grace Enterprises. I am a mother of 2. I have a 12-year-old and an 11-year-old, and I'm a millennial mom, everyone would like to say. I have a wonderful husband, Ty, and we've been married just over 10 years. Starting with Dinah Grace, I just barely had my daughter, Cody, and she was just this little precious baby, and I didn't want to leave her side. I worked some fast food places. I took her to a daycare up in Park City, and I just didn't want to leave her. And also, those jobs were never fulfilling. I was never learning. And so I noticed that my mom, when she started, that she had this bookkeeper, and she was an older woman and she was nice and everything, but she didn't capitalize the letters of vendors' names or the categories' names. I remember my mom going over her profit and loss and nothing was capitalized and just, looked totally unprofessional. And I said, well, why don't you let me help you and I can step in and help you? And she took that chance on me. And ever since then, we've been a team. I've been helping her succeed with the business, and we've been building this business together for 14 years. Growing up, we were a very tech-oriented family. My mom one day brought home a pile of computer parts, and we assembled our first computers, me and my brothers. And so it was just...
You were how old?
I was 12, and it was in the age of, dial-up and having slow internet connection. The internet was just barely starting. We really enjoyed doing that together. And then later on, she taught us how to run a business, and she let us buy and sell Pokemon cards on eBay. Having a mother like that taught us that you can do more than just work the 9 to 5. You can be more. So my passion is I really, really enjoy learning, and I've had the opportunity for being a small business owner to just continue to learn. I learn all the time. I'm constantly learning, and I love learning, and I love teaching. I love retelling what I've learned. It just worked out great for me. I mean, I got to raise my kids while being an entrepreneur and learning the ins and outs of business.
We are so excited for the opportunity to share our knowledge. We're grateful. I take a moment to talk about gratitude. I'm extremely grateful that Jennifer is there to help me. It allows me to do business development. I'm a little bit of a risk taker, and she's the calm one. She's the voice of reason that says, hey, let's take a minute and think about this. And we're also full of knowledge. We have tons of tips and tricks as far as social media, as far as LinkedIn, as far as even networking, and as far as being a family-owned business in a rural community. That's also been a learning experience. And we look forward to sharing some of those experiences with you.
We want you to be better. We want you to do better. We want you to take that leap. If you're on the edge of thinking about starting your own business, take it. Take that risk. If you think it's viable, or if you think you are going to be passionate about it, just take that leap. And we want to be able to provide those lessons and those tools that we've learned over the years to teach you on just how to be better in business.
And also to really be passionate about what you do. I still believe if you're passionate about what you do, the money will follow. So our plans for the podcast are interviews with motivational and inspirational speakers, as well as people in the industry. What are they doing? What are they doing to get leads in Facebook? What are they doing to get sales? What are they doing to close the sale? We'd love to have more of those people to, again, everybody has a different experience. Everybody has a different passion, and they're ready to teach you all about what they know.
Our goals for this podcast is just to teach. We want you to know how to set up your Facebook business page, not just set up a profile page. We want you to know how to set up Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, all of the above. Your Etsy store. We run an Etsy store on a day-to-day basis. We want you to be able to have those tools handy that you can do it on your own, or you can at least take our experience and our advice and use it for your business.
We appreciate you listening today. Keep listening. It'll get better and better. This, of course, is our first with the relaunch. Jennifer's super nervous today. And so we welcome the opportunity to have you as a guest on our podcast if you'd like, and also to follow us. It'll be fun. We're looking forward to the next couple of months and teaching you everything. We're ready to teach you about networking and how to run a business.
And we would like to really, really thank you for listening. If you want to get in touch with us, please email us at info@2bizchicks.com or go to our website, 2bizchicks.com. and check us out. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram. We are constantly sharing information and tips and even just motivation.
Thanks for listening. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
All right. How'd you feel about that?
I thought it went good.
For blog posts, business tips, and more, visit the 2BizChicks website at 2bizchicks.com.